We are recording from the Helping Hands Network annual golf event. This is an amazing group of people that have come together today. We've got celebrities, we've got business leaders. Again, we're at Twin Orchards Country Club. Jeremy Roenick and his team have put together an amazing event. We're gonna capture all the content, in-action shots, live interviews in the cart, on the course, and we're gonna find out why it's so important for so many folks to get shit done.
Some days are hard, some days are easier, but wouldn't give it up for anything else. Love being on the ice.
I love what they do. I love that 100% of the money goes to the charities, and the causes that they're behind are so special and so great and much needed.
Just enjoy it. Just enjoy being on the ice. Like, don't always look up at people ahead of you. Like, make sure you look around you and realize, how far you've come, and kind of just enjoy being around people who are doing the same thing as you.
He's just an incredible leader of men. He pulled the right strings. He knew what he needed to say or do to every individual person to get the most out of them day in and day out.
Blackhawks they're a dynasty. 100 years of existence. That is an amazing accomplishment.
Lucky enough to be a part of 2 world championship teams with the San Francisco Giants, all able to live a 5-year-old's dream.
When you live in a city and you're an athlete, especially a pro athlete here, you got to give back to the city in any way you possibly can.
I'm pretty pumped up. We, not to start on a negative note, but we fell short in the championship game last year, and we're looking to go back and win it all this year.
First game, scored a goal and got in a fight. It was pretty amazing.
That's a good game.
60 people in the crowd from my hometown, so it was very special. The Blackhawks will be right on the cusp of a wild card, and then the following season, they're in the playoffs.
It's coming.
It's coming, baby.
I love it. They got shit done on the ice, on the field, in the boardroom, and now they're doing it as stewards to help people live a better life. What more could you ask for? There's one thing that all champions have in common. They get shit done. So welcome to the Get Shit Done Experience. Well, this is John Morris, host of the Get Shit Done Experience. I'm on the course at Twin Orchards. We are recording from the Helping Hands Network annual golf event. This is an amazing group of people that have come together today. We've got celebrities, we've got business leaders. Again, we're at Twin Orchards Country Club. Jeremy Roenick and his team have put together an amazing event. We're gonna capture all the content, in-action shots, live interviews in the cart, on the course, and we're gonna find out why it's so important for so many folks to get shit done by stewardship and philanthropy and helping out people in need. That is exactly what the Helping Hands Network is doing, and we're gonna capture all the content. Thank you to TTSG, GSD Technologies, 2020 Design, and of course, Tim Ward for having us out for this event. We can't wait to bring some amazing content to you. We're gonna hear from great people doing great things. Again, it's all about getting shit done, and that's what these folks are doing. The question is, can they drive the ball? Can they make the putts? And can they give us some piece of their heart and mind to help us to understand why this is so important to them? Stay tuned for more content. Cheers. Todd today just came off of a birdie putt. Thought you had it.
Disappointing hole.
Thought for sure you're going to make it.
Yeah, I thought you were going to see history.
Yeah. You said it would be like an eclipse to see a birdie putt, but the sun remained out. I thought it was going to go in for sure. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about why it's so important for you to come out and help out here at the Helping Hands Network.
Well, being a part of a charity like Helping Hands is just, it's a great feeling personally, and then to be surrounded by so many great people, it's like a cherry on top. And to see the impact it has with the disadvantaged kids and the children that are going through so much, like we saw in the videos earlier, it's like Jeremy noted, he brings a tear to your eye, and he really, it brings it home. It's something that affects everybody. We can all do something. Hopefully the community, it's what makes us human beings is that we care for one another, and we want to really get further in life and try to promote happiness and healthiness.
Yeah.
So that's why we like to be a part of it.
Yeah. What do you specialize in your business?
We're a general contractor, specialize in commercial construction, pretty much throughout the Midwest area, and been fortunate enough over the past over 30 years to really get a good reputation and build a strong work base, and with basically word of mouth clients.
Yeah, doing great work and putting your efforts into stewardship. So obviously, success in the boardroom leads to the ability to be successful in the world. How are you taking that initiative beyond coming to an event like this? What are some of the other things that you're doing as a brand to be able to support communities?
Well, we support our local community in Elmhurst. Something that we try to do it with the high school and the grammar school. Be involved with your kids, and you learn and network throughout your community of just, again, doing things in the cities and being a part of your community.
Yeah.
And trying to instill that into your children and your children's friends as you go along.
Yeah. So the next hole coming up is a par 4. You guys going to get shit done? You're going to be able to drop the birdie?
I think this is going to... This is
the one?
Yeah.
This is the one?
We're going to do it on this hole.
Let's go.
And hopefully it's just a good fortune of things to come here.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on. So tell me a little bit about you. There's a lot of celebrities here. Who's been your favorite person to meet so far?
It's been great so far. I haven't got a chance to talk to a lot of them, but Kevin Magnuson, Frank Nazar, Jeremy Roenick, Connor Murphy, Ryan Bickle, Andrew Shaw. Those are really good people that are really, they're always part of these events, and they seem to do a lot in the community, and they've continued to even past their careers in some cases. So it's really, again, it's great to be a part of it.
Well, you're making a difference. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate you so much. All right, go make that birdie. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, I'm here with Kevin Magnuson. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You're on the Get Shit Done experience, so that's pretty fun. You got a lot of shit done in your career. Tell me about the best memory that you have of your career.
Well, I was lucky enough to play for the University of Michigan in college, and we won the national championship my sophomore year. So that was a great time, and proceeded to celebrate for the next 30 days in a row. But all those guys are like brothers to me, and I'm lucky to represent players now in the NHL, and I have a big-time client, Frank Nazar, playing behind me. Yeah, who's been hitting into me all day, so we'll have to talk about that later.
That's awesome. He was also hitting you up, I think, for some snacks, too. Is that right?
It was right. He's in training, so he asked if there was candy, so that's a good start for the season. So, no, but we're having a great time, and obviously an amazing charity, and just so honored to be here today.
So as a sophomore, you win a national championship. What are the next 2 years like?
You think you're going to win it every year,
right? Yeah.
So we were lucky enough to go to the Frozen Four 2 out of my 4 years. And we're always a really good team. And I actually played with 11 guys who played at least one game in the NHL, 8 future doctors, and 7 future lawyers.
My Lord.
High-performance locker room that also like to have fun. And, under the coaching of Red Berenson, we had a great run, and go blue.
Well, it looks like your team has just stuck one while you're in here. So that's pretty cool. I think they took your drive.
They did, and I don't think I need to. Well, I guess I have to hold out.
We probably have to hold out because that's pretty tight. Yeah. So why is being part of the Helping Hands Network so important to you?
Just being involved with this charity with so many great men and women who give back, and helping out young men and women who are struggling. So just proud to be here, and just amazing sponsors. I'm getting to play with some today that are just outstanding people. So it's awesome.
So what's your prediction for the 2026 season, right?
26. Yep.
26. What's your prediction? Will the Blackhawks get to the playoffs this year?
The Blackhawks will be right on the cusp of a wild card, and then the following season, they're in the playoffs.
It's coming?
It's coming, baby.
I love it.
Yes.
All right, so final thought. Tell us about your golf game right now. What is the best part about the golf game that you're most proud of?
120 yards in, I'm pretty money. Yeah. You know, getting off the tee can be a struggle, but my short game is solid.
They say drive for show, putt for dough. Maybe it's 120 in for dough. In my case, for sure. Let's go. That's awesome. So great to meet you. Thanks for coming on. You heard it here first. This is how a guy gets shit done after a career where he wins a national championship. Cheers. All right, I'm here with Frank Nazar. You just absolutely destroyed one. That was a flush.
Not bad.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so what is it like training for the upcoming season? So what are you going through?
Yeah, it's been hard, but it's been a lot of fun. Just getting ready and going over the last season and see what I need to get better at.
Yeah.
But it's been a blast here in Chicago and back home in Plummy.
So what's the big difference for making the jump?
Honestly, I think conditioning's got to be up there.
Yeah.
You go from playing college, like for me, it was like 42 games in the season, and then you double that in the NHL, and you're playing every other night, and you're flying, and you got to take care of your body a different way.
Yeah. What's the speed jump like?
It's definitely like college. You go, it's like I don't want to say like meteor, but it's like you got some guys trying to like blow you up, and in the NHL, like guys almost have to respect that,
Yeah.
If you can make a play, like guys got to be like, okay, this guy's gonna make the play, and
Yeah.
or else you're gonna have guys like Patty Kane going sauce it over your stick, and
So you can't take the risk that maybe you could before because the guys they'll take you out.
Exactly.
Right?
Make you look silly.
Make you look silly.
Yeah.
Brian Bickle had said that the AHL was scarier than the NHL just because everyone is fighting to get to the NHL. How do you feel about that?
honestly, I'd agree. I spent some time in the AHL this year, and you got guys like going down and going up and are there and trying to make a name for themselves, and make themselves known. And like a lot of the way guys do that is like shutting down guys from the other team, and if that's their game, they're going to go out and try to do that. So, but I mean, you got guys on NHL who are going to blow your head off too.
What's the prediction for this season? You feeling good about it?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I think Blash coming in is going to be huge. I spoke to him a lot. He seems super confident and just like seems like he just cares so much. And I know all of us young guys are putting in the work.
Yeah. There's a lot of coaching changes and all those different things. How do you receive that? Like you got to learn a whole new system. How does that feel?
Honestly, it's pretty similar. If you think about it, like the last year I played for almost like 4 or 5 different teams. Yeah, from World Juniors to Michigan to the Blackhawks to with a different coach, to the Blackhawks with a new coach, the AHL, and Men's Worlds. So it's like honestly, it's all similar systems and similar things. It's just about playing the sport you love and playing hockey.
Yeah. So the fact that you're playing the sport that you love, you get to do for a living, that probably means the world to you. But then you get to come and show some stewardship and give back and come to events like this. What does it mean for you to be part of an event like this?
Honestly, it's great. Just meeting a lot of new people, new faces, and making a lot of new friends, and doing it for something great and a great cause. And it's something that I just love to be a part of. And I was here last year, and it was a great time, and met a lot of new people, and just to see everybody out there and excited. I was in there for the auction of like some of our jerseys and some tickets, and I was like,
look at this.
People are like putting up this much money for it, and I was like, wow, it's just it's pretty sweet.
If you're wondering if the future is bright, the future is bright. It's right here. And if you saw him hit a driver, I can't wait to see that thing hit the back of the net. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks for being on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Chicago legend Andrew Shaw. Oh my gosh, this is pretty cool because I told him before he got on camera, one of my favorite players because he did all of the little things that make a championship team go. Andrew, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about life after hockey.
Kids, man. Yeah, they're in sports. I feel like I'm an Uber driver, driving around, practices, all that kind of stuff. But I'm enjoying it. I live on the water, so in summer's beautiful. Nice. The kids enjoy the pool, the lake, all the water sports. So just enjoying life at this moment. I moved away from home at a young age, so being home around my family is a big special.
Yeah, you guys are, especially when they recognize talent pretty early, which I would imagine an NHL player is being scouted at about 5 years old, 6 years old. You guys are kind of moved right into the pathway of success, right? And you're kind of taking on a journey.
Yeah, it's a different story for everyone how they get there. But for me growing up, I never looked into the future thinking like, oh, I'm going to play in the NHL. Yeah. It was just, I loved playing hockey. I loved the friends I made through the way. And I had a lot of passion for the sport. And I was very fortunate enough that it took me really far into hockey.
Well, you were not one of those players where it was easy early on, right? You really had to scrap and fight and get your way onto the team. And once you got your shot, you kind of kicked it in. What was the mindset there? What was the thought on that?
I always just played with like a chip on my shoulder. I love proving people wrong.
Yeah.
People always told me I wasn't big enough. You were too small and not enough skill. But I'm like the little engine that could, I guess. I just kept working and kept pushing and, blocked out the noise. I always found when I was having fun, I was playing my best. So I just tried to bring good energy, to the locker room and to my teammates. And, I just ran with it. And like I said, I was a fortunate enough kid to make it to the NHL.
What's the best memory that you have of playing for the Chicago Blackhawks teams that won all those championships, were always in the playoffs? What was the best memories that you have, maybe off the ice, like at the hotels or with the guys or in the locker room, the camaraderie?
I look back at it as we were on the plane a lot.
Yeah.
So I wasn't the kind of guy that would like to, read a novel or anything. So I joined the card table my rookie year and, looking back at all those memories, the laughs we'd share, the fun we had, the pranks we pulled on each other, that's the stuff that I miss.
Yes, I would imagine so. So what's the best memory on the ice?
On the ice, first game, scored a goal and got in a fight. It was pretty amazing.
That's a good game.
60 people in the crowd from my hometown, so it was very special. But I got to go to 2013-15, winning those cups.
Absolutely amazing.
When you're a kid, you're playing road hockey on the ice with or on the road with your buddies, and you're always pretending like Game 7, Stanley Cup Finals, and I actually got to live, playing in the Stanley Cup, and those are memories I'll take to the grave.
Living out dreams. Now we're here at the Helping Hands Network, helping people with disabilities live out some of their dreams. What does it mean to you to be a part of something like this, to be able to parlay your success into stewardship and philanthropy?
Well, it is just a sport to us playing, but the joy you bring to people and the capability of giving back to the community. I came from a small town, so community was huge. They supported me and pushed me, and if I can give back in any way, especially to special people like this, to make them enjoy life and have fun, because life to me is all about smiling and having fun and enjoying those good times. So to watch them be able to do that, it's very special.
It's a humble champion right here. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate it very much. And I feel like a birdie's in your future here. You piped one out down the middle.
Yeah, well, I got good teammates to pull me through, and now we got to get you to your ball. We got to find it. He is gun.
All right. Cheers. Thank you. All right, folks, I'm here with Lachlan Goetz. He's a defender. He's a defenseman. He's going to Holy Cross, about to be a senior. How excited are you for your senior year?
I'm pretty pumped up. We, not to start on a negative note, but we fell short in the championship game last year, and we're looking to go back and win it all this year. So
I love it. I love it. That sounds more positive than negative to me. I feel like, you're just, loosening it up for this year.
Two sides to every coin.
Yeah.
So, yep. Oh, yeah. Excited.
All right. So what's the key to being an amazing defenseman?
Well, you got to be able to end plays quickly. I think you got to be able to advance the puck. Your first puck pass has to be great if you want to make it to the next league. Obviously all the skills are pretty, you got to be able to skate, got to be able to see, I'd say reach is a big thing as well. But yeah, no, I definitely say ending plays and advancing the puck. And then, in today's world too, adding sort of an offensive side to your game is really important.
For sure. So it's a grind to get to the level that you're at. What's been the most fun about the grind?
I'd say the people you do it with.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate. I've played on some great teams with some great people. But yeah, I definitely say, the hockey world keeps getting smaller and smaller. And so it seems like the further you get along, not that, it's better people that make it further, but it just definitely keeps feeling like, there's just such great guys the longer you play. So
what's your best moment on the ice so far?
Best moment I have to say would probably be I mean, there was a couple good college wins for sure, a couple championships, but individually in junior ice hockey, we went to Game 7 in the first series of our playoff series, and I ended up putting 2 in the back of the net to kind of send us to the next series. So that was a pretty exciting moment for me. Definitely felt like the crowd was behind me a little bit. Definitely a highlight for me.
The best part is you get to continue to make memories. So what is the prediction for where you're going to take your career? Where are we going to end up?
Yeah, well, so I think this season is obviously an important one for me. Yeah. And, hopefully afterwards I'll be able to continue playing. I've always said that my goal has been to play Division I college hockey, and my dream is to play. So anything after college is a bonus, but, I'm kind of expecting it at this point. So got to have a good, clean, hard season, stay healthy, and, hopefully start here and play in the States, maybe climb the ladder a little bit, and go from there.
All right, my money's on Lachlan. He's going to stick one here. How's the golf game right now?
It's been inconsistent, but I've had a couple good ones. Yeah. So we'll see. This could be the one. This could turn it around.
All right, it looks like your team's picked you up here. You guys are going to have a nice birdie shot. But you still have to hit, and you're up right now. So thank you so much for coming on. And I know that the Helping Hand Network loves the fact that you're here today.
Well, I appreciate that, and thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, I'm here with the one and only Jeremy Roenick, and he's fresh off of dropping a 35-foot birdie putt like it was nobody's business. What was the read on that one?
It was dead straight. Just hit it right up the hill, maybe a little bit right to left, but don't give the hole away, so it's all about the speed.
Those are always the hardest ones, though, when they're dead straight, aren't they? Do you almost want to break?
Dead straight is the one that you're supposed to make. You make the hardest of all time.
It's crazy.
We'll make sure everybody gets birdies here.
So you had an illustrious career on the ice. Congratulations on all your success and Hall of Fame and everything that's come with that. But I know this event matters to you so much. So talk a little bit about why the Helping Hands Network is so important to you.
Well, when you live in the city and you're an athlete, especially a pro athlete here, you got to give back to the city in any way you possibly can. And this opened up for me. My good friend Steve Hara brought this opportunity to me 27 years ago. Let's do something where we're gonna do things for people that are in need, for mentally challenged adults, and just so many different, a plethora of charities. And I'm like, yes, I'm in.
Yeah.
And I don't care where the money goes. Let's make sure that we have fun raising money, and then the money goes to where it's supposed to go. And we've been a great charity. We've supplied Keshet with a lot of great funding. They've done great things. The Trevor Project's been great. I can talk about 6 or 7 different organizations that we've supported, but I truly believe if you don't have the opportunity to show up and have fun and raise money for people that are, they're struggling.
Yeah.
And you never like to say handicapped, you never like to say underprivileged, you never like to say certain things, but just people that need a boost and make their lives better. And if we can do that and do that by having fun playing golf, then I'm all in. Yeah. And we've done that as good as anybody's done in Chicago here with Helping Hands in Chicago.
Well, the name of the organization is properly named because it's about helping hands, right? It's about helping people up. Do you feel like you lifted the city lifts you back up, and then you lift the city back up, and it's just kind of this ebb and flow that is happening right now? Because your career is continuing throughout Chicago in your business endeavors now as well, and the city seems to rally around everything that you do.
Well, it's an interesting question because, I left here in 1996 and I didn't leave here on good terms, and it always bothered me. And fortunately, with the ability to be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame, I was able to tell people where my heart is.
Yeah.
And my heart is in Chicago. And I think now in the latter part of my life, I can give back to Chicago. And the Blackhawks and myself they're near and dear to me, and I think that I'm near and dear to them. And I think we have a good plan to make sure that we keep the Blackhawk tradition going. We make sure that people are happy in Chicago watching hockey. and we make sure that we give back to the community. So I couldn't be more happy to be part of the Chicago community, to be a Blackhawk, and to really be humbled to know a lot of people that help in my journey to make sure I give back to the city that really started my whole lifetime.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Now you've got a new brand. You've got a whiskey brand, right?
I got a whiskey brand.
Let's talk about that.
It's called Whiskey in the Wild. It's one of the best spirits of all time. It's a chocolate whiskey. We also have a chocolate orange version. It's the best tasting whiskey you ever. I don't care if you're not a fan of whiskey. There's no cringe, no burn. It's a great spirit that you can take anywhere. You take it to the beach, take it on a hiking trip, take it on a bike ride, take it on a ski trip, take it camping, or just sit by a fire with a friend and have some fun with it, with a great spirit. So whiskeyinthewild.com, it's the best whiskey you'll ever have.
Whiskey in the Wild. Last question. What does it mean to you to have so many people, especially some of your peers, previous teammates, Blackhawks that didn't play with you, but certainly know your legendary status and you're part of the community? What does it mean to have them come out and give a day of their time, talent, and treasure to something that means so much to you?
Well, it's definitely an honor. There's no question about it. But the guys that came out are the ones that taught me to give back to the city, right? So it's no surprise that they come out to support me and support my charity, as I will go out to support them. But, I've been involved with some of the greatest Blackhawks of all time: Dirk Graham, Dennis Savard, Steve Larmer, Chris Chelios, Eddie Belfour, Tony Monti. My history in this team is amazing. And now we have a new history that's moving forward with the Stanley Cup years, right? Obviously, Duncan Keith's going into Hall of Fame. It's amazing. He deserves it. Patrick Kane and Seabrook and obviously we have Jonathan Taves going back to the league this year. The Blackhawks they're a dynasty. They have 100 years of existence. That is an amazing accomplishment, and I can't wait to celebrate 100 years of one of the best organizations in all of sports.
Well, you've done a ton for the city. You've done a lot for hockey in general, and the amount of lives that you have touched is absolutely tremendous, and you're living with purpose.
We just started.
Just getting started. Let's go. Thanks so much for your time, buddy. Cheers. There is nothing cooler than having a chance to speak with celebrities, top performers, whether they be retired or currently in their season or training to get to the next level, and they're just humble. They're humble. You can see a determination and a spirit in their eyes, though. There's something special about them. They have mastered a craft, but the fact that they're here giving their time and contributing to such a special cause is really fantastic. But it's been absolutely amazing to speak with these folks because they are literally just beaming from being part of this. It's really, really cool. Stay tuned for more. We're back. We're representing the Wildcats, Northwestern. We're here with Coach Brian James. Welcome to the show.
Hey, John.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so you were just talking about a bunch of new students joining the team.
Yeah, we have 8 new players for next fall. We have 5 freshmen who we're really excited about, and then 3 transfers who we're equally excited about. So, we have the leading scorer in the Big Ten, Nick Martinelli, who not only led the conference in scoring, but in minutes played. And so we've got a great player coming back. We have some other good returners to go along with Nick, and then an exciting core of newcomers.
So Coach Collins comes from obviously some pedigree, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's a fiery coach, right?
He is a fiery coach.
So what's it like being part of that? Are you having to tone him back, or is he holding you back? He's a little fiery, too.
We kind of changed roles. I was his high school coach back today in Glenbrook North, and I was a little more fiery than he was.
Okay.
Although he was fiery then, too. I used to yell at him a lot. Now he yells at me a lot. That's the only giver. But I've been with the Collins family for 26 years. I've been with Chris for 15, 3 as his coach, and then this is our 13th year together at Northwestern. And then I coached with his dad, the NBA, for 8.5. So
amazing.
It's been a good run with the Collins family.
What do you love the most about the current system that you're working under? What are your core principles or purpose? What are you driving home to these athletes?
Well, John, our teammates, our players make our program, and we've got a great culture right now. They work extremely hard. They're all honor roll students.
Northwestern.
Yeah, and but yet we're tough on the court as well, and that's the thing that we've developed under Chris Collins, and we have a great group of assistant coaches who have done an amazing job of developing young talent. And, it's a really good place that we're in right now.
I love it. Obviously, Northwestern is such a fantastic community as is. Great athletics, great academics. Sounds like you found a really good home.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's home for me. Anyway, I was a high school coach in the suburbs for 10 years, the last 6 in Glenbrook North, and and Romeoville prior to that. But so I just love the city.
Chicago. Yeah. And you're here today with the Helping Hands Network. Why does this matter to you to come out and support Jeremy?
Jeremy's done a great job of building this thing up. I was amazed when I drove in. I couldn't find I couldn't find a parking spot, and it's really good. And we're in the middle of our own basketball camp right now, but I wanted to come out and help the Helping Hands. Yeah. And, you have a lot of amazing celebrities out here and a lot of people who really value the sponsorship.
Well, you're one of them. Thanks so much for joining us.
All right, John.
Coach James, how about it? All right, folks, I'm here with former MLB superstar George Kontos, pitcher, Northwestern. Come on. And now we got you here at Twin Orchards playing in this golf tournament, supporting Jeremy Roenick and the Helping Hands Network. So thanks for joining in.
Thank you for having me. Superstar, you went a little too far.
No, I didn't go superstar. I mean, we had a great career, right?
We did. I think we did. I'm very proud of what I was able to do in between the white lines. 8 years in the major leagues. I was lucky enough to be a part of 2 world championship teams of the San Francisco Giants, and it was, all able to live a 5-year-old's dream. So it was very, very fun.
You win 2 World Series titles. To my eyes, that's superstar status. That's 2 rings on it. What was it like to play for Bruce Bochy?
Boch is the best. Boch was a guy who everyone always asks me what it was like being around him, and he's just an incredible leader of men. He pulled the right strings. He knew what he needed to say or do to every individual person to get the most out of them day in and day out. So playing for him was incredible. Just watching him do his daily routine, having the calm demeanor that he has is something that I really learned from, and I try to emulate in my day-to-day life, just trying to be even-keeled as often as possible.
So we hear parents at travel baseball games all the time saying to their child who's standing in the mound, just throw strikes. Yeah. Does that make your blood boil like it does mine?
Yeah, it does. It's the focus needs to be just so much more singular, as opposed to just throw strikes. I mean, that strike zone can look very, very big from even Little League when it's 48 or 52 or however many feet it is. But especially at 60 feet 6 inches, you need to just really kind of get back to the basics. If you're having a hard time doing it, you have to find one thought, you have to minimize your focus, and you have to try and keep it as simple as possible. Mm-hmm. You're just playing catch with the guy sitting in a squat 60 feet 6 inches away. And obviously the situation and fans in the stands and the lights are very bright. A lot of things can play a lot into that, but it's a lot more than just throwing.
Oh, amen. So what was your biggest pressure moment? The biggest pressure moment where you're most proud of yourself that you persevered, you got through it, and you rose to the top?
So I got traded to the Giants from the Yankees on the last day of spring. I got traded from the Yankees to the Giants. Yeah. The Yankees drafted me, and I was traded to the Giants on the last day of spring training in 2012. And the end of that season, I had thrown 50 innings in 50 games and done really, really well. But we were at Dodger Stadium, and Matt Kemp was up in the 7th or 8th inning with Shane Victorino on third base. There were 2 outs in the inning, and I was brought in to face Matt Kemp.
That's prime Matt Kemp.
Yeah, this was the year that he finished second in the MVP voter to Ryan Braun. But I fell behind 2-0, and I pumped 2 fastballs by him, and then I struck him out with a 2-2 slider in front of 66,000 Dodger fans. And that was the moment for me that it really clicked where I deserved to be in the big leagues. I was a major leaguer. I could succeed there. I could pitch there. I could do it. And once that kind of happened, that at bat and that out that I got put me on the playoff roster that year, and we obviously won the World Series very thankfully. But that was the moment where it was the light bulb clicked, where I was like, I deserve and I belong to pitch at this level.
What's more important, motivation or discipline?
Oh man, those are very, very both. Both of those are big words. I think they're equally important. You need to be motivated, but you also have to have a good routine. There's a lot of times when you don't want to go to the workout, or you don't want to go do this or do that, or eat clean, or whatever it might be. But both of those words I think are equally important in anybody getting to the highest level of their career, whether it's in athletics, whether it's in business, whether it's in whatever it is. Motivation and discipline are two things that are two words that are really, really important.
Why are you proud to be here today helping out?
Well, it's such a wonderful cause. And, JR, I've met him a lot of different times, and we have a lot of mutual friends, but this is just such a great cause, and it helps out. And the money that it raises is used for such a great cause, being able to help out in the way that it does. So I'm just thrilled to be here and thrilled to be a small part of such a wonderful event here.
George, you're a class act. Thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And by the way, he just stuck one to about 15 feet from 140, so don't worry about the golf game. He's just fine. Cheers. All right, we're back at it again. I'm here with Cam Wright. You look like a defenseman.
No, forward.
No, forward in the Edmonton system.
Yeah.
So tell me what it's like on this journey to get to the bigs, they call it in hockey. I mean, it's the bigs, right? So what's it like?
It's a blast. It's so much fun. You just kind of work hard every day, try to make it, and just kind of enjoy time with a bunch of guys doing the same thing as you. So it's a lot of fun, and some days are hard, some days are easier, but wouldn't give it up for anything else. Love being on the ice. So
if someone was going to scout you, what's the keys to your game?
Right, I'm a goal scorer. I like to score goals. Like to kind of be smart around the net, put me in the right positions, and I like to put the puck in the net, help team win.
I know you don't want to do this because you want people to be compared to you, but if somebody was going to say, what's your comp?
Right.
Who's your comp? Who do you emulate your game?
I think a good one's like a JT Miller.
Okay.
JT Miller. Yeah, I like to, a little bit nasty, a little bit of a rap, but can play the game and score goals and help team win games.
You're a scrapper?
Yeah, a little bit. I can try.
Let's go. You can't see it on camera, but the guy's got legs like tree trunks. So obviously we're playing a power game. How's the golf game going right now?
Oh, it's always a work in progress.
Yeah.
Not enough time in the world for golf, but, we try our best. Hit good shots, hit bad shots.
What's the number one thing that you would tell junior hockey players to keep their head screwed on straight so that they get to the level that you're at? What's the number one thing that's most important?
Just enjoy it. Just enjoy being on the ice. Don't look up. Don't always look up at people ahead of you. Make sure you look around you and realize, how far you've come, and you kind of just enjoy being around people who are doing the same thing as you, because, it does end. And I think there's 100 different ways to get to the same spot. So just keep sticking with it and it'll come.
I love that. If you're going to look back to see how far you've come. That's an absolutely great piece of advice. So why is it so important for you to be out here supporting Jeremy Roenick and the Helping Hands Network today?
Oh, it's just an amazing cause. We appreciate everything that Jeremy does and the Helping Hands charity does for everyone. And I think, like you said, it's just an amazing cause, and we're just trying to help everyone out. And everyone deserves a chance. So it's an awesome experience, and we're really happy that he brought us out here.
So you're obviously on a team that is hot right now. What's it going to take to break through and get on the big stage?
Just keep going the same way. We have the two best players in the world that just ride on their backs and just enjoy the process and just kind of believe in the organization, and it's going to come free.
Maybe if they're asked, they're talking about this Cam Wright kid that's coming up that they can't wait to see playing on the ice with them. Great to have you on the show. Thanks so much for being on. Appreciate it. Of course. All right, we're here with Peter Hassett. How's the golf game going today?
You know what? It's actually better than I thought I'd be today. I'm a little tired from a long weekend, but we're swinging pretty well. Team's great.
Team's great. That's what matters.
We got a really good team. We're all picking each other up.
So golf can be a team sport.
It's absolutely a team sport today, for sure. 100%. So you got one guy who can putt well, one guy who can drive the ball. It's all a team game today.
I love it. Why is it so important for you to be out here supporting Jeremy and the cause?
Well, I worked almost 20 years with the Blackhawks, and Jeremy and obviously his mission here and his long association with this group has meant a lot to everybody in the organization, just as much as Jeremy has. And I got to know Steve Hara and Scott Rigby and the cause that they are behind here. And it's become even more special to me, not just because of Jeremy and the players that are out here, but because I love what they do. I love that 100% of the money goes to the charities, and the causes that they're behind are so special and so great and much needed.
What was it like being part of an organization, such an iconic brand like that for so many years?
it wasn't easy at first. You got there in 2005, and not a lot of people cared about the Blackhawks in 05, 06.
What a turnaround.
And that was the fun part. Right? Working with a bunch of people that really cared and wanted to turn it around. And then, we don't control anything on the ice from the business side. Yeah. Having guys, like Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves and Brent Seabrook and Duncan Keep, you name it, Patrick Sharp. We had a perfect storm of things on the business side coming well and things on the ice going well, and it made it really special for those 3 cups in 6 years.
Well, I think the guys on the ice appreciate the things that the guys doing the business did, because obviously without the business, there isn't the comp, right? And without the hockey, there isn't a business. So it all kind of goes together.
Every good brand, really, what makes them go is beyond the wins and losses and what you do on the ice. It's how you connect to the community, how you understand your brand, how those fans understand your brand, and going beyond that, because you don't control what happens on the ice, and really it's hard to win.
Yeah.
And so if you can just make sure that you're watching everything else and doing the right things for your fans and the community and the experience, then you're gonna be all right.
Well, I can tell you, pre-2005, 2006, I was not a hockey fan, knew nothing about it, but the Blackhawks lit a fire in me as a fan, and they did that for probably millions of people that were really kind of out of hockey. But when the Blackhawks are good, the NHL is good.
We John McDonough and Rocky Wirtz came on board in late 2007, and they said we have one goal. We have one goal is to win the Stanley Cup.
What a great marketing slogan!
And it was. We bought it for $1 from the Indiana Pacers. I swear you, we had to buy it for $1 for the Indiana Pacers. But it was really set by Rocky at that time, where he said, "Why can't we be the Yankees of hockey? Why can't we be the Dallas Cowboys? We just need to build the right team, and we need to build the right front office, and everything will fall into place." And it really did. But again, they're nothing without the fans, and the fans have and even now when they haven't been as great, the fans are continuing to support it. It's such a great market. Chicago is such a great place.
Unbelievable.
And they care about each other, and that's what this charity is all about, right? Is caring about other people, and the Chicago community is so great for that. So,
Peter Hassett, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me, bud.
All right, I'm here with MLB pitcher Jason Marquis. Man, you played for Cardinals, Cubs, Rockies. You were unbelievably serviceable pitcher. You played for a long time. What was the key to a career that long?
A lot went into it. Started from a young age, but it was just ever evolving. Every year you come in feeling a little bit different, and you just got to find a way to make it work. A lot of physical effort, mental, emotional effort. I enjoyed every stop I made, and I'm glad 9 teams liked me instead of 9 teams didn't like me.
Yes, and guess what? Every year you were in the mix. Started. How many games did you end up starting?
Up over a little over 300, I believe.
I mean, that is just absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, with about another 100 plus out of the bullpen to start my career and to end my career. But something I would never change the world for. I wish I was still doing it, but physically,
you look like you could.
Well, I appreciate that. I try to stay young as long as I could, but these young guys are tough to compete with.
Yes. What was your favorite moment as a major leaguer?
Oh, man. It's just, I think, the overall experience from winning a World Series, being on a lot of playoff contending teams, obviously from an individual standpoint, making the All-Star team in 2009. It just validates everything I've done since I'm a young kid to really make a dream come true. So I had a lot of people behind me driving the force. So
you had said on the driving range that Greg Maddux was somebody that you really tried to emulate your game after. Who were some of your mentors as you were coming up throughout your?
Yeah, listen, I had some great minor league coaches, but when I got to the big league level, guys like Maddux, Glavin Smoltz, Jeff Suppan, Woody Williams.
Oh yeah, John Suppan,
John Burkett. Just guys, you take little pieces of everybody and see how you can infuse it into your game. You still want to be you. You want to be your version of Jason Marquis instead of trying to be somebody else. But I try to take pieces of other people's games that I think could benefit me and somehow put that into how I move and how I think.
Go-to pitch, critical moment. What was the pitch you were going to?
Well, listen, batter does dictate that. I did love my sinker and slider combination, so I would probably sinker would be number 1, slider would be number 2, and then develop a split about 5 years into the big leagues, which became a weapon later on.
Life after baseball, how's it been?
Outstanding. You can't make up lost time because once it's gone, it's gone. But I got 3 beautiful kids, a beautiful wife, and spend a lot of time with them. coaching them, going to a lot of their sporting events, just visually being there for them and emotionally. And, it's crazy how you want to be with them, but they're like, hey, why aren't you still playing your game? Why aren't you still involved? So they're like, want to kick you out, but you want to be there. No, but it's been great. A lot of golf, a lot of coaching, but all good times.
Okay, so obviously here supporting this event, why is it so important for you to be here today supporting Jeremy Roenick and the whole crew that's making this happen?
Listen, anytime we could lend a helping hand to raise money for a good cause, I mean, sometimes you can't always do it monetarily, but if you do it where people want to come out and be around and donate their time and money to a good cause, and especially when it's going back to definitely children and people in need. So I try to do as much as I possible on that front, whether it's up where I live in the Northeast or getting an invite to come back to Chicago, where it was two great years of my life.
Once a Cub, always a Cub. One of my favorite players while you were here. Thanks so much for coming on. Go Cubs, go. Jason Marquis, let's go. Well, that's a wrap for the Get Shit Done experience. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting us. We appreciate it. Thank you to Tim Ward for this amazing experience. What a pleasure to interact with people like Jeremy Roenick and the amazing people that make up this Helping Hands network. Boy, oh boy, great cause, great celebrities, great conversations. These are folks that get shit done. They got shit done on the ice, on the field, in the boardroom, and now they're doing it as stewards to help people live a better life. What more could you ask for? Thanks again for tuning in. www.gsdxpodcast.com. Make sure to check out TTSG, GSD Technologies, and 2020 Design, and continue to support us by subscribing below. Thank you so much. Cheers. Can your business handle 15% growth? If yes, you have to engage with 2020 Design. They fuse data and creativity to stop the scroll, break through the noise, and grab the attention of your future customers. 2020 Design will create competitive, click-worthy campaigns, design and build custom websites, spark your social media presence, and structure email campaigns that get right to your audience, the decision maker. Let's boost attention and awareness, which allows you to convert more sales. Check them out at 2020design.com. That's the number 20, TWENTY design.com.